Welcome to the Spelling Bee Ninja podcast. We believe in empowering young minds through education. If you're eager to dive into the fascinating world of economics and discover how trade and exchange shape our lives, you're in the right place. Subscribe now for more engaging and educational content designed for curious learners like you. Today, we are exploring a fundamental aspect of economics: trade and exchange. Imagine a world where everyone only relies on what they can produce themselves. It would be a pretty limited life, right? Thankfully, trade allows people to get the goods and services they need without having to produce everything themselves. So, what is trade? Trade is essentially the voluntary exchange of goods, services, or resources between two or more parties. Why do we trade? People trade because they have different skills, resources, and preferences. By engaging in trade, individuals can access items that they might not be able to create or obtain on their own. For instance, if you bake cookies but don't have access to fresh fruits for a pie, trading some cookies for fruits from a neighbor might be a solution. This way, everyone benefits from what they do best. Now, let's talk about a key principle in trade: voluntary exchange. Voluntary exchange means that both parties agree to the trade freely because they believe they will gain something valuable. It's essential that no one feels forced into trade, as this is the underpinning of a healthy market and economic activity. When we think about specialization, it's the process where people focus on creating a limited range of products or services. For example, a farmer might specialize in growing corn while another farmer specializes in raising chickens. By focusing on what they do best, they both become more efficient and productive. Specialization boosts productivity, which means through trade, everyone has access to a variety of goods that are produced more efficiently. Now, let's delve into the concept of comparative advantage. This principle asserts that even if someone is great at everything, trade can still benefit both parties if each focuses on their strengths. For example, let's say one country can make computers faster than another country can make them, but perhaps the second country can produce coffee at a fraction of the cost. If they each focus on what they produce best and trade for the other product, they both win. Understanding markets is fundamental to grasping trade. A market is any setting where buyers and sellers interact to exchange goods or resources. Markets can be found in physical locations like a farmer's market or online on platforms like e-commerce websites. They facilitate trade and help establish prices based on supply and demand. Now, why does trade create value? When a transaction occurs, goods and services shift from individuals who may not value them as highly to those who do. In turn, this helps everyone's overall prosperity because it maximizes the use of resources. This sharing and movement of resources means that more people have what they need, enhancing everyone's quality of life. Have you ever heard of international trade? This is when countries exchange goods, services, and capital across borders. Different countries have unique resources, climate conditions, and skill sets, which makes trading beneficial. Through international trade, various products from all around the globe become accessible to us, often at lower prices than if they were produced locally. This variety enriches our lives and helps meet diverse needs. If we look back through history, trade has significantly driven economic growth. By allowing people to specialize in trade, societies can increase productivity and innovation. Countries that encourage trade often experience faster growth rates and better living standards for their citizens. Consequently, trade plays a crucial role in boosting overall prosperity and quality of life. Now that we've covered the basics of trade, from voluntary exchange to international trade and specialization, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points. Trade is the voluntary exchange of goods and services that can benefit all involved. This process allows for specialization, making everyone more efficient in their work. It creates value by moving goods to their most valued uses, and markets facilitate all these exchanges. Remember, trade connects people not just locally but globally, enhancing the richness of our economic experiences. In today's episode, we explored the fascinating world of trade and exchange. We learned that trade is a voluntary activity that benefits individuals and communities alike. The idea of specialization allows individuals to focus on what they do best, increasing productivity. Understanding concepts like voluntary exchange, comparative advantage, and markets helps us see how interconnected global trade is. Trade fosters innovation, increases variety, and often leads to economic growth and prosperity for those engaged in it. Remember, trade unlocks the potential for cooperation among people and nations, creating a vibrant tapestry of economic activity. Thank you for joining us on this educational adventure today. We hope you found our discussion on trade and exchange insightful. If you're eager to learn more about economics and how it affects our daily lives, don't forget to subscribe to the Spelling Bee Ninja podcast for more fun and engaging lessons. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.